I remember one time somebody was speaking to us, and then he was like, if you don't know certain things in the UK, you will suffer, right? You will suffer unnecessarily. And these are things that you must know so that you are not, sort of suffering in your own corner, but you know what you ought to do. You know what rightly belongs to you, or what you can have in this country, so that you will thrive. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jabaki. If this is the first time you're joining me on this channel, you are most welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, I so much appreciate you. So thriving in the UK involves a combination of social, personal, and professional factors that I'm going to share with you today. Having lived in the UK for almost 5 years, there are certain things that I've learned. There are certain experiences that I've had that I'm going to share with you today. So if you have just landed, or even you are already in this country, or you've been in this country for a while, or you are planning to come to the UK, then I think this video should be very useful to you, and you can watch it till the very end, because I'm going to share with you some tips and steps that I have learned, experiences that I've had in this country. So I'll just sum it up as you should be ready to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Okay, so coming from outside the UK, I can assure you that there are things that you would find, many things for that matter, that you find in this country that is done differently back home, and you should be ready to incorporate those things into your life to make your life comfortable in this country. And of course, it's the good things that I'm talking about, right? And for me, I'm a Christian, and there are things that I stand by and live by, right? So if you know what your values are and all that, I just don't want to go so much into that. You should be able to sort of put that side by side to the things, how things are done over here, so that you can sort of choose and pick the one that works best for you. Is that okay? So I'll go right into it. How to thrive in the UK. So the very first thing that would really help you in this country is if you know your legal rights and responsibilities, right? So you should know the laws of the land and make them work for you. See, in this country, the law is everything. People know the law like they know the back of their hands, right? You should know the laws of the land, how it applies to your work, how it applies to your personal life, social life, every aspect of your life, right? How the law affects you, or how you are required to sort of, shall I say, act with regards to the law, so that you don't get on the wrong side of the law. Because if you get to that point, it will just not be good for you. If you don't know the law and you are being treated in a certain way, you wouldn't be able to stand up for what rightfully belongs to you, right? Or what you should maybe have and not have. Seek legal advice when necessary. There are certain instances that you may have to get a lawyer, a solicitor, or somebody who knows the law, right, to sort of make things work out for you, right? So whenever you need such assistance, also you should make sure that you get one, so that you will be sort of given the right advice, you would be given the right help that will help to make your stay in the UK much more comfortable, and make you also get sort of and make you also have those things that rightfully belong to you. So it's very important when it comes to the law side of things that you are law aware, if I should. Another thing that will make you thrive in this country is if you know the culture, the custom of the British people, right? And then also their etiquette and manners, and be respectful to local traditions, right? And things that is dear to their hearts. For instance, when it comes to this country, they love their animals a lot, right? So if, let's say, wherever you're coming from, whichever country you're coming from, you don't give that much attention to animals and all that, then you should be ready to do that in this country, because they are passionate about their animals, they are passionate about their environment and natural things. Okay, so I remember that somebody once shared that, okay, somebody came to church one time, and then the person came with their dog and all that. So after greeting the person, they had to also acknowledge their dog, right? So this is something that you may think, oh well, what is this and all that. So personally, I can say that, I mean, coming from my country, right, the kind of attention that we used to give to pets and all that is not on the scale that I saw it in this country, right? So that's why I'm saying that I don't know, wherever you may be coming from, you may not so much be into giving attention, or maybe your country is not so passionate about such things, but you must learn it. That is their way of life over here, and you must respect that, right? And then you should sort of acknowledge where it's possible to do that, or appropriate to do that. Acknowledge those kind of customs and traditions. Also relate to the local communities and build relationship with them. Okay, join charities, volunteering and all that. That is also one very passionate thing about them over here in this country. They love volunteering a lot, right? For virtually, you know, everything, whether it's cleaning, whether it's, you know, taking care of animals, whether taking care of, you know, the aged in their care homes. They do a lot of volunteering with charities and all that. So for instance, even at my own workplace where I work, right, you are given some time off to do volunteering work, where you get paid, although you have the day off. And they encourage us even at the workplace to engage in those things. If you engage in such things, you get to meet people, you get to interact with people, you get to share ideas, you get to know them better. The things that you may not so much understand about them, or you're not so much familiar with, you get to learn from them as you volunteer alongside them, as you sort of share with them, share ideas and talk with them. You get to learn certain things, and it helps because especially if it gets to a time that you need certain things, such groups are able to help. Sometimes as even parents, some people might bring you maybe some things that their children have outgrown, could bring you toys, can suggest things to you, play groups and all that. So such support system is one thing that is so needful, especially in this country where you have no family here, you have no relatives, you have no maybe close friends living near to you. Such support systems are so necessary. So as much as you can, try and build that kind of connection with the local community so that they will be able to help you as and when you need. Another thing that I will encourage you to do is that you should plan furthering your education, skill up so that you can enhance your career prospect in this country. So many of us immigrants, we came to this country probably with qualifications and degrees from wherever we are coming from, okay, but we got here and we did not get to do what we trained to do, right? Or what we were doing back home. Just like me, in my own case, as an architect back home. Currently I'm not practicing as an architect because there are a lot of things that must go into it before that can happen, if I still want to go through that, you know, career pathway. So most of us, that has been our case. I know that sometimes you receive your pay and it's like, okay, I have this amount and this looks good and all that, but then let's not remain there. Okay, let's try and do something. And over here, the sort of opportunities, there are lots. You go online, you find sometimes free sort of training courses and all that. that you can learn from to scale up and all that. The next thing that I would like to talk about is your health and well-being. Prioritize your physical and mental health. It's so important. I just cannot stress this enough. In this country, look, sometimes I say that the weather alone, especially during winter, stresses me out, right? It's just so much. The system, how it is, you always are on the move. You have to work, you have to pay bills, you have to do this and do that, right? And sometimes it can be just so much that it's sort of almost weighs you down. So you must really watch out for your mental health. It's very, very important. And also your physical well-being as well. And the good thing is that there are a lot of places where you can, you know, take a break. There are a lot of parks in this country where you can just go for a walk. There are sort of trails and sort of different places, whether at the beach, at the park, wherever, where you can just relax. Recreation centers, a lot of them all around the place, swimming, whatever you want to do, right? Just to relax your body, just to sort of relax your mind and distress and all that. There are a lot of places, and so just take advantage of them. Some of them are free, and some of them you just have to pay something little, but most of them, I would say the free ones, most of the free ones are quite good. So take advantage of them. Don't just let it be work, 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 and you don't have time to go for a walk in these beautiful parks and flower gardens and all of that. No, just make time for that. It's very necessary. Another thing that would help you to thrive in this country is that you keep up to date with current events and development. Okay, watch the news, read it at times. It's very important that you know what's going on. And for us immigrants, with regards to our visas and all that, you should know what's going on regarding your visa that you're on and many other things around you. So please don't just you know, stay back doing nothing. Dig for information. Be intentional about that. Dig for it so that you know what's going on and you'll be able to make informed decision and, you know, take the right action as and when necessary. Embrace diversity. Okay, so the UK is a multicultural society where you find people from different cultural background, different countries, different, right? And so you should be open to learning from all of those people from different backgrounds. So once again, from my workplace, oh my goodness, you find people from different areas, right? From India, from Pakistan, from Ghana, Nigeria, we are just all over the place. Just open up, okay? So coming from, I mean, Ghana, before I came here, there were certain people that I had never really interacted with. I had never met before from different backgrounds and cultures. And that is it. There are certainly other people also coming from other countries who might have even never met a Ghanaian before, never spoken to a Ghanaian before. But we get to meet at a workplace, we get to meet outside, and then we get to talk and chat and all that. Be ready to interact with them. Who knows, you may find certain opportunities that you never ever should know. Where you can find social support and also freebies is so important, right? Just a little goes a long way, right? So with regards to social support, there is a platform called Citizens Advice where you can find answers to virtually everything in the UK. So when you get to that website, you can choose which of the nations you're living at and look for information about your renting in this country, about even immigration staffs and how to, you know, relate with your landlord, just virtually everything. It gives you answers to virtually everything. Okay, so I'll leave the link in the comment box. It's called Citizens Advice. It's a very good place for you to go to. The UK does so well when it comes to free things, right? They know how to give. So I'll just encourage you that you know where you can get those things from. And when you're pregnant, you get free things, lots of free things. It comes in small portions though, but you get it from so many sources, and I believe it goes a long way to help. And for instance, in Scotland, we have the baby box that you have goodies in it. I made a whole video about the baby box, and you can check it out later in the comment box. I'll leave the link there. And that is one thing that we get from there. And also you get to get free dental services when you are pregnant till your child is 1 year. This was available in England, and over here in Scotland, I don't know about the other nations, but I know that they also have similar things. So just look at the nation that you are at, and specific things may be available for you for free. There are play groups, some of them are free, especially those offered by churches. You know, they give you the chance to take your children there for them to play. This country, it's not like back home in my country, Ghana, where kids can play around and all that. They have other children to play with. Here it is structured. You have to take them to the play groups where they can have that opportunity to, you know, have that kind of interaction with kids. So it's something that you should take advantage of if you have little ones. Just ask around, okay? This all comes with you interacting with other people. For me, my child minder has been a lot of help to me. She'll suggest something, she'll tell me about this going on, that going on, and then I'll check it out. She can sometimes give me a link, I can look into it and all that. So it's something that you would get to know about as you chat with other people. They'll let you know about it. Ask your GPs also, ask your health visitor and your neighbors, people around you. Just ask, okay, if you're not sure about anything. And of course, we have the internet. You can just type it in and then get more information about that, right? So it's very important that you take advantage of all of those free things, right? And it's at absolutely no cost to you. One other thing that I would want to talk about, right, which may seem like a long way off, right, is for you to plan for your retirement. It may seem like far off, but it's very important. Plan. Are you looking at staying here even when you retire? Are you looking at going back home to your country? Just plan for that, okay? So that you know how to save. You will know whether you're going to get a property back home or you're going to get a mortgage over here in the UK. And let's say if you decide to stay here till you retire, then I'll recommend the lifetime ISA to you, okay? I've also had a full video explaining what it's about, where you contribute a certain amount and the government gives you a certain percentage, right? And this amount you can take without any penalties. It can completely become yours. When you go on retirement, you can have it all to yourself, right? Except maybe they decide to take some taxes or something like that. It will be very unfortunate when after you've worked and worked and worked and you are done with working, you go on retirement and you don't have a place to lay your head. You have not made any plans or whatsoever. Maybe you are planning to stay in this UK, right, after you retire, but you are building your house back home, okay, and you haven't given any consideration at all for where you'll be staying in the UK when you go on retirement. So this is something that you must bear in mind and plan towards that. Look into your spiritual well-being, okay? So you might have come to this nation as a Christian, okay, and when you came here as a result of all that may be going on, the pressure and all that, paying bills and all that, you may not be given that much attention to your spiritual, you know, health. But it's something that you must really give consideration to. Is very important. It is real that sometimes at the beginning, when you come here at first, you may be just trying to settle, trying to find your way here, trying to do one thing or the other, and because of that you may be sort of, if I should put it, lost in the system or so or swallowed up in the system, if I should put it that way. And because of this, your spiritual well-being may be suffering. But I can't tell you that it is possible for you to revive it, and it is possible for you to live that life that you knew how to live or were living back home. If you have not given any thought to your spiritual life, then it's something that you also must consider, because it is so important. I can't overemphasize it. I would say that it is very necessary that you stay adaptable, you know, ready to change and all that, right? In this country, ready to, you know, adjust things just so that you would be able to, you know, fit things and put things right for yourself and for your family. There are good opportunities in this land that you would be mindful of and be ready just to take advantage of it so that it will help in your stay in this country. So thank you very much for your time. This is all for you for today. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, kindly do so.